This is Seers Supreme, and he is about to embark on a journey that he doesn't need to. I know he's asked him to, but he's going to do it anyway. This is Supreme One Chunk Ironman Seers Village edition. Welcome back. I hope you're all doing okay. We're going to start this episode by ticking off some of the easy stuff on the list. So one of the first things will be Elemental Workshop 1. So I don't actually have any of these requirements, but that doesn't mean that we can't get the first 2 steps finished. In this house, just southwest of the bank, there's this bookcase. So you just click on that and then you get the book, which lets you start the quest. So essentially all I need to do now is use a knife on it and we get the key. So there's the knife, use it on the book, and we get a key. So that's it, that's all I need to take that task off. Next on the list is the achievement diaries. So for this one we just need to play this church organ in the Seers Village church, and that's all there is to it. Pretty easy one. Well, it would be easy, it's on the easy diary. Last up for the easy items is buying a stew from the bartender in the Seers Village pub. No idea why in the last episode I didn't do this, but there you go, I got distracted by the meat pie, I guess. I think next we're going to start the first medium grind by getting 60 woodcutting for the yew trees. I think it's going to be not too bad overall. I think fleshing is going to be a lot more difficult, but I'm going to have to get this 60 by using a bronze axe. So, but all the trees are in here: normal, oak, willow, maple, and then yews over there by the church. So we've got everything we need to start. And there's 5 woodcutting, 10 woodcutting, only 5 more levels to go. And there's 15 woodcutting, so we can now cut oak trees. I think the plan is going to be that we cut up to maples in these kind of worlds where I'm on my own pretty much. And then when we get to maples, we move to the forestry worlds so we can take advantage of all of the forestry events. Because trying to run around with 1 agility, not fun. There's 20 wood cutting, so I only need another 10 levels before I can start cutting willows. 25 wood cutting, almost there. Roots, that's what we like to see. I think this is probably the best forestry event. And that's it, that's 30 wood cutting. So now we can move from oaks to willows. And I think now's probably a good time to talk about the master plan. So, what is the master plan? Well, the master plan is we're going to have to spend a lot of time woodcutting in this chunk. And at the minute, all I'm using is a bronze axe. So if we were to calculate how long that's going to take, it would be a very, very long time. So, step 1 is to lamp hunter until I get 32 hunter. And this could also be helped along by doing the forestry event, which gives a small amount of hunter XP. It's basically nothing, but every little bit helps. So that I can catch young implings, which can be barehanded at 32 hunter. And these guys drop a steel axe at a rate of 1 in 10, which is significantly better than the bronze axe and will help me a ton in the massive grinds. And there's 35 woodcutting. Sorry, I had the recorder set for the group Ironman and not the Supreme Chunk Lock account, so you'll hear me doing the unsold heads in the background. But we got our first lamp on the account, and I think we can now begin the hunter grind. So I'll put this into hunter. I could put it in agility, but I think based off the master plan It should be Hunter. So let's do that. And there's 10 XP, so we're off the mark. So I just went to this random event and it's unlocked all the music tracks from all the random events. I never noticed that before. And there's 40 woodcutting, only 5 more levels where we could do maple trees. It's our first maze event complete, so this could potentially give us some good stuff. So let's see what we get. 312 coins, 156 feathers and 26 steel arrows, not bad. Okay, and finishing this event should give us 45 woodcutting. So now we can move on to maple trees. That should mean that we probably should go on to the forestry worlds now, so that we can start participating in as many forestry events as we can. And there's 50 woodcutting. We can now craft clothes pouches, but we actually can't until we get a piece of leather and a needle. But we're almost there. 55 woodcutting, 5 more levels, and then we can tick something new off the list. We just got our first hard clue scroll on the account. It's pretty big. Let's see what it is. Wilderness. Absolutely not. Not a chance. Look where we are. This would be big if we could get the stale baguette right now. Start the account and not have to wait until we're dead before we get it. Alright, choose this mystery box. And what do we get? So, Forestry Part 2 came out today. And I think that's quite lucky because I actually haven't recorded the episode 1 run through of the website, of the Chunk Picker website. So hopefully in here there is some more collection log stuff for us to get. I don't really know what any of this stuff does yet, but there seems to be a cape pouch, which I assume is going to be something to do with maybe the woodcutting cape. Felling axe handle, I think that's the one that makes the two-handed axes. Not sure what Twitch's gloves are. I assume we can find out. There doesn't seem to be much else. So let's have a look at the collection log, see what's actually in there. So it's a fox whistle, which doesn't seem to be in the shop. Golden pheasant egg, again not in the shop. I assume that's from the new events. Pheasant hat, pheasant legs, pheasant boots, pheasant cape. Maybe that goes in the cape pouch. Petal garland, not sure what that is. I assume again these are all event related stuff. So I guess we're just going to have to go through and find out, but I've heard that you can get some more XP for various skills through some of these events, and I think hunter, fletching, maybe farming as well. You can get some XP from that, so when we start seeing these new events pop up, I'll be able to quickly find out if I can actually train any more skills up to certain levels and whether it's actually feasible. But we've got about 6k bark already, and I think a lot of this stuff we can't actually make. But I'll do some research and we'll find out. Hi, future Hannibal here. So obviously the forestry events have been out for a little bit now, and I've had time to do them all, see what they're like, see what XP they give, and how much that's going to influence what happens with this account. So in terms of the 5 new ways to train, we have fletching, thieving, hunter, farming and construction. And these are all chained through the various new Forestry Part 2 events. So, starting with fletching, we are already doing a fletching grind, so that'll only just help towards it. We're also doing a thieving grind, so again, these events will only just help towards that. We're lamping to 32 hunter anyway, so this will just help us get there a little bit faster. And then there's construction and farming. So farming, I don't have access to any tree patches, hop patches, anything like that in this chunk. The nearest one is the hops patch, which is in the chunk next to me. So there's no real viable way for me to train farming. And construction, I don't have access to a saw or a hammer yet. So again, it is relatively impossible for me to train that within the chunk. That's not to say we won't find ways of training them in the future. Maybe there's some way for me to get a saw or to train farming efficiently, and if that happens, then we will re-review what we need to do and we'll pick out exactly what the end goal will be for that skill within the chunk. But for now, I'm going to say that all of the new ways to train that have come in, we will just carry on as normal until something comes up that changes. So that's where we are, and hopefully everyone is happy with that. But let me know in the comments if you think there is a way for me to train these skills effectively so that I can actually grind them out within a reasonable amount of time, and then we will go back to the drawing board and figure it out. So we've been woodcutting at Maples for a bit now, and we've just got our first Forestry Part 2 event, which is obviously just the Forestry Part 1 Leprechaun event made 10 times better. So it looks like when you stand in the rainbows, you get a little woodcutting boost, which stacks with the more rainbows you stand in. I think it's overall just pretty good. I think I was doing it on the group Ironman, where I'm 99 woodcutting, and I was going from like 200 and something XP for magics all the way up to like 400 and something, so it was almost double, which was pretty sweet. So I just finished this event for the Entlings, and I got a bird egg nest. I've been hearing rumblings that you get these pretty much 100% of the time, so no evil chicken piece matter? Maybe. Here's the other event. This is the pheasant event. So as you can see, I'm getting a small amount of thieving XP each time, which I think I'm 10 thieving. I'm getting 5 XP a time, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. But I've been looking into getting that golden pheasant egg, and it looks like a lot of people have been saying that you need to have the egg cushion in your invent or in your forestry kit for you to be able to get it, and I don't think I can make that in this chunk, so probably won't be getting the golden pheasant egg for a while. And there's 60. So that is Maples finished for now. I can now move on to yew trees. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to head over there right now and try and chop one. And there we go. Achievement diary stage task, current stage 1. But more importantly, that ticks off one more thing on our list. After the thrill of wood cutting for days on end, it's now time to kill a lot of men for days on end. So we're going to go for that full drop table, I think, before we move on to something different. And I did it again. I missed it, but there's 15 defense anyway. We got a few things from these guys already. And that should be... Oh, that's not the level I was expecting, but level 22 8 points, not bad. Oh, left with 2 bloody XP. There you go, 20 defense. Now we can swap back to strength. And there's 25 strength. We're getting beefy now. So, funny thing, I've been trying to get a beginner clue scroll for ages now. And guess what? There it is. God damn it. I got that from a tree and decided to put it in my bank so I didn't get any more dropped. And now I'm kicking myself. So let's get that dropped and go back to men for a bit. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, come on, sandwich lady, do us a favour. And that's it. There's the last drop we were looking for. Beginner clue scroll. Can't believe I had that in the bank for that long. Could have finished this way earlier than I have. That's all the drops. So now it's time to have a look at what we got, where we're up to, and what's next. So, this is where we ended up. Killed maybe 760-ish men and women in total. And you can probably see from the last bank video in the last episode that we've gained more of each of these. So that ticks off pretty much all of them now. So we've got quite a bit done. And now we just need to decide what to do next. Right, we're back on the chunk picker. I'm always super excited to get back to this, ticking stuff off, making that list smaller and smaller. Ooh, my ADHD brain is firing on all cylinders right now. So let's go through this. So in this episode we have done 60 wood cutting to chop the yew logs. We also completed up to step 2 of Elemental Workshop 1. We did the task 4 of the easy Kandarin diary, which was the church organ. We've also done the Kandarin diary easy task 9, which was buying the stew. And then if we come down here, we come to the man drop table. So we have now done all of this. One thing I would like to point out again is that this 10 coin drop is free to play only, so that will need to be backlogged. And actually in the men drop table there was also a second thing which I didn't mention while I was doing the grind, but when we get down to it down here, oops, there's also this one, which is a key medium. So that is a task that you get from medium clue scrolls, and I think it's something that is very difficult for me to get in this chunk because there's basically no medium tasks here, and when I'm asked to get the key, I'd have to take it somewhere else to unlock it anyway, so it's basically pointless having the key right now. So I'm thinking backlogging that until we get some more medium clue scroll steps that I can actually achieve, which will make this a lot easier. And then they're the last 2 to tick off. So made a load of progress. Done a lot of wood cutting. Done a lot of killing. And then it's probably on to the next big grind in the next episode. So I think that will be that for now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. What I want you guys to do for me is, you know that thing that you've been really wanting to do, you've been putting it off forever? Well, I want you to start it. Whatever it is, you don't need to finish it, just start it. See where it goes, because who knows, maybe have a fun time, maybe it's a thing that changes your life, and then once you finish doing it, I'm sure you'll feel better. So please like, subscribe, all that normal YouTube stuff, and I'll see you next time.